of hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that easy.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubarak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just blowing up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
knock them all up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that. Hello and welcome into yet another stream here at twitch.tv/MurdaRG. I'm your host, Murda. You guys know me, I hope by now. It is week number 8 here in the Nexus Gaming Series Season 9, and we have a showdown for you this evening. It is the number 3 seed Wood League up against number 2 seed Bancho in Division C East. A lot on the line tonight. Both teams fighting for those playoff spots. They want to be as close to the top as they can. And this matchup tonight might determine who ends up in one of those higher spots. So if you're here right now, thank you for joining early in our cast. I'm sure more will be joining as the night continues on, but I've already got our teams here. Let's not waste too much time. I'm going to let them know I'm ready to go. And while we're waiting for that, let's go over our map bans this evening. It was Bancho winning the toss, opting for the first pick in our first map. So Wood League, they banned out Alterac Pass and Battlefield of Eternity. Bancho took away Tomb of the Spider Queen and Volskaya Foundry. And here for map number 1, you don't see it as often as always, but it will be Cursed Hollow. Chosen by Kavlor, the captain of Wood League. I got a brief opportunity to talk with Blue Steen before the match started, as we were waiting for Kavlor to join the coin toss. And Blue Steen, excited for the team, said they played pretty poorly last night, but they're willing and ready to come back tonight with a new, fresh look. Try to pick up a win. They really want that first place spot over Kavlor. Excuse me, not over Kavlor, over Lubu. I was looking at Kavlor's name, excuse me. But Lubu currently sitting in that number 1 spot in Division C East. They are 1 point ahead of Bancho and 2 points ahead of Wood League. So a very tight race at the top. Also got to mention Probius sitting at 19 points as well. Tied for that 3-4 spot right now with Wood League. So a lot on the line. Points up for grabs this evening, and both of these teams are hungry. Looks like there might be a POV stream as well. Twitch.tv/Droopy with 4Ys. Looks like everyone's cool with that. And yeah. Sure. Seems fine to me. So yeah, I think we're waiting on a couple of players to get back from a restroom break before we get started. So you have some time if you'd like. Go grab a water. Maybe grab a snack. Maybe it's on the Pacific Coast. It's about dinner time there. Maybe you got a plate of food in front of you. Ready to pull up and watch some Heroes of the Storm here. So yeah, do all those things. Do what you got to do. I got some water here. I've already completed one of my waters, which is unfortunate. But I do have another one in case you have medallions and you want to throw 500 of them. I will drink this water for you. I'm kind of thirsty, so I'm going to drink some for myself first. A courtesy hydrate for you guys. Ooh, and it's cold, it's wet, and it is delicious as always. Looks like Kavlor and Wood League are finally ready to go. I'm going to let them know I'm ready once more. There you go, with the R check. Lobby appears to be set up correctly, so we are just waiting on one final ready. Okay. Guess we're going in. I don't think I saw a ready check come out from Bancho, so hopefully they are there. Either way. Here we go. Cursed Hollow, our first map of the night. Remember, this was chosen by Wood League. So Blue Steen, the captain of Bancho, with the first ban. They have a full 35 seconds to make this pick. I've gotten to cast them a few times this season already. I'll try to flip back in my book and see if we see any recurring themes in their bans. Last time they banned away a Garrosh, a Rhaegar, and Arthas. It's kind of all over the place. Even in Game 2, they kind of switched it up and had to take away some heroes that they struggled up against in their first game up against what? World Hunger Avoidance team. Ultimately, they did leave that matchup with a 2-1 victory. And they're going to use this entire clock and finally ban away a Kael'thas. Maybe just waiting for some players to get back. Again, I don't think I saw a ready check come from them, so they might just be trying to stall as much time as they can until that player returns. As we see a ban now from Wood League, it will be Zool, the Necromancer, who's been so good. Cursed Hollow, a map for him, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's his strongest map, but the hero's just so good all around. Always worth thinking about banning him away. Now 5 seconds left for the second ban of Ban Cho. Is it a tank? It is. It will be that Garrosh I mentioned from last time. If you're out there in chat right now, be sure to say hello. Be friendly. Say hi to me. I'll be able to talk back on a 30-second delay. So if you have any team you're here rooting for, be sure to show your support and chat for them. If you just want to say, hey, Murda, I like your HGC shirt you have on today. You can say that too. That's fine. Hanzo will be the second ban for Wood League, and now we're on the clock with the first pick of the game for Ban Cho. So many power pick heroes out there, including the Johanna and the ETC at the tank position, who've been so strong here in Season 9, and that's exactly what Skev is going to be picking. First pick there for Ban Cho, a very, very formidable tank. It is the Crusader Johanna. Back on over now to Wood League. Shui is in the house, throwing out the hey emotes. Welcome, Shui. The other tank I mentioned, ETC, yeah, he's picked as well. And for Droopy and the healer position, it will be Brother Anduin. He's got all those holy spells. He's got that leap of faith. And he's got some CC as well, the Chastise, an ability you don't really talk about as often as the rest of the kit, because so many flashy things Anduin can do, but paired in with something like an ETC, that's going to be an additional layer of lockdown. So in response, Blue Steen going to be picking up the Rhaegar, one of those strong supports that's still available, and Kinal on one of his favorite mages. It will be Li Ming. Final ban now for Wood League on the clock, and I would imagine they want to start targeting out a solo laner or an auto attacker, and it will be Raynor. Well, maybe they'd look at the solo lane, but Raynor makes sense. You need something to help out this Li Ming, something that has a bit more of sustain. So Raynor taken away, and now a very strong camp taker here for Cursed Hollow. Greymane banned out by Ban Cho. So that'll be all 6 of our bans locked in, and the 5 remaining picks are still here. Still not showing any damage is Wood League, holding it as long as they can, trying to make sure they can counter out what they see on the other side. I think it might make sense to go ahead and grab an offlaner here. It will be Lunara and Sylvana, so they go ahead and grab that damage now, saving that final pick for later, which should be an offlaner. Lunara can hold a lane by herself, which she might have to do here on Cursed Hollow. And Sylvana's going to be so strong, especially if she can find an opening, maybe paired in with a boss. Those black arrows onto the forts, those structures, disabling them while she's firing away. A strong pick, and that'll be in the hands of Josh. Now final 2 picks for Ban Cho. They find an Abathur for Shusui. And Thrall will be played by Ronin for that solo lane position. And I love having the Abathur here on this giant map, Cursed Hollow. It's going to give them a bit of a global presence. Of course, at level 10, they're going to get that clone out. But Abathur is going to allow almost any of these heroes the opportunity to solo a lane with the help of that hat on their head. It's a pretty fancy pick there for Shusui. Now the final pick will be Ragnaros. Oh, baby. You got to assume it'll be the Lava Wave here. A huge map. and you can get a ton of value with that, especially up against an Abathur. So let's head on over to chat, see what you guys are thinking for this first game. Who's going to win it? Who will win game 1? Will it be Wood League or will it be Ban Cho? Don't click that. There we go. Head on over to chat right now. Up at the top, you see I just opened it. It's up there.
New follower detected.
Head on over. Make sure you select the team you want to win, and don't forget to hit the submit button. Appreciate that follow coming in from one of our players on Wood League. It is M2No. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the stream. I know your teammate Droopy is also doing a POV stream right now, so maybe you're in 2 places at the same time. And if you count playing in the game, that's 3 places at the same time. Oh boy, this guy has a global presence. Let's go though. Game number 1, Cursed Hollow.
Battle heroes.
I'll start by introducing this team on the left-hand side. There is Droopy in base playing the Anduin on that Golden Goblin mount. You see Josh playing the Sylvanas. Kavlor, the captain, on Lunara. There's M2No entering our screen, playing the Ragnaros. And at the tank position, going to be playing this ETC in game number 1. It's Cyan. Give it up for Wood League. Here on the red side, we see Shusui playing the Abathur Ronin. That solo lane player going to be on the Thrall this time. Blue Steen on his favorite support, Rhaegar. Skev13 picking up the oh-so-powerful Johanna. And the final pick, it is Kinal's Li Ming. Give it up for Ban Cho. Little zoom out, little level 1 talent showing on your screen action there. Ooh. Pressurized glands for Abathur. I'm not sure we see this one as often, but will allow, as mentioned, a bit of additional wave clear and support in those solo lanes, helping out any of these heroes with the ability to play in those lanes by themselves. Currently, though, it is a bunch of heroes at mid for Ban Cho, with Ragnaros already split out in the bottom, and up in the top, it is Lunara split out, trying to get the XP and push his wave up to the wall. It's going to be a couple XP globes dropping as this skirmish continues at mid. I don't think, yeah, I mean, this is just a bit of miss soak here for Ban Cho. So an early lead already for Wood League as they split their Sylvanas out to their siege camp. Right on time is Josh, and still no action present on the map from Ban Cho. Wood League's going to have an early advantage here as we have a bit of a skirmish down in the bottom lane. Ragnaros versus Thrall. 2 Warcraft raid bosses battling it out. But who has the early game advantage? Probably Thrall. But I think once level 10's here and we start seeing that lava wave, Ragnaros is going to be doing just fine. Up in the top lane, Skev has made the rotation up to help Abathur soak. Really not much Shusui is able to do by himself up against the Lunara. So having Johanna here is definitely going to assist that. Now in the mid lane, Blue Steen under some pressure, avoiding that power slide. Just barely able to get into that bush and get out of the eyesight of Cyan and that ETC, but Chastise will connect. Rhaegar still able to run around as Sylvanas tries to pressure in with some of her arrows. Gonna be just fine here at mid. Now you see a few of those mines coming down from Abathur in this mid lane. Finally, Li Ming gonna be able to rejoin the team at mid. She dropped back, picked up this siege camp, walking down the bottom lane for Ban Cho. So Ragnaros gonna have some pressure to deal with, but look at Ronin's mana bar already down below 30%. Gonna have to do what he's able to do, but without mana, it might not be too much. Got both teams now looking at their bruiser camps here. Sylvanas using some black arrows on the camp to make sure they can get it without using too much of their health bars. And on the opposite side of the map, very strong camp taker in Rhaegar, gonna be helped out by Li Ming here. It'll be just in time before this first tribute spawns on the top side of our map. Skev up here, still trying to help out Abathur. I'm doing just fine. Kavlor under a bit more pressure now with Johanna in the lane. But still no first blood. We're tied up in XP. And our first tribute is going to be spawning in 5 seconds. Thrall making the long run up to the top. Actually, might actually stay here at mid and try to clear up that bruiser camp. No, they want to take the fight at the point. So let's watch it. Droopy going to start the channel with Anduin, but Skev nearby, and Kinal with some of those magic missiles enough to threaten Anduin back. Abathur is going to be able to split soak that bottom lane, so they're just trying to stall this out as long as they can. And it's working well for Ban Cho. You see, they're not even trying to engage in on the point. They just want to make sure they're in position and not allow anyone on the opposite side to pick up the tribute. Stall it out as long as you can. And let this value come from Abathur in the bottom lane. There goes Emtino and Droopy trying to channel yet again, but Thrall with the poke and that chain lightning, able to stall it out even further as Kinal. And now we're looking at about a full minute already on this first tribute, and Abathur's been all by himself in that bottom lane the entire time. Will someone split out? I think they gotta give this up eventually, or figure out someone they can send down to the bottom, or just push them off. They haven't been able to yet. Thrall's actually now at the mid lane, pushing that back. Another shield there onto the tribute, stalling it out even further. Is there any more? Yes, there is. Skev willing to go in, pop that iron skin, and they get the first blood of the game. Anduin's down. Kinal with a big orb from the opposite side of the wall, but Blue Steen now maybe surrounded. He's Rhaegar, so should be able to hop into his mount form, but Power Slide too strong from ETC. Quite possibly the best basic ability in the game. And they still haven't gotten it. Skev's still here with the delays. Unbelievable. That's got to be it now, right? Finally able to be picked up, but look at the XP. They started that first tribute tied at level 6, but Bancho all the way a full level lead, and you can credit all that stalling that came out from the rest of the squad. Shusui is happy after seeing that. It is 1 kill apiece, but the advantage currently heading into level 10. Obviously, Bancho with that lead right now. They can kind of take their time, look around this map, and see if any camps are available. That's what Rhaegar's up to right now. And on the opposite side of the map, there's Sylvanas, but she's going to hold it because there is going to be a tribute on the bottom side of the map up next, and they want to make sure that camp is pushing while that tribute's active. Maybe help counteract what Abathur was doing during the first tribute. Li Ming taking a huge chunk of damage, going to have Rhaegar nearby for some support, and Anduin's going to be waiting by the siege camp as long as possible. And finally going to grab it with 20 seconds on the clock before this second tribute spawns. Tuna B in chat says, "Go teams, go." Welcome and thank you for being here, my friend. Siege camp in the bottom lane currently for Bancho as well. They're trying to set up in a nicer of a position this time. But Thrall's going to be a little bit late to the show. ETC and Sylvanas nearby. Blue Steen starting the channel. It looks like he's going to have it. A forfeiture of that second tribute over to Bancho. And they have the level 10 talents ultimate evolution online for Abathur. There's the ancestral heal for Rhaegar. It will be the blessed shield wave of force. Still waiting to see what Thrall wants to do, as Emtino is going to use that, what is it called? The Blast Wave. Use the Blast Wave to get the safety there, but now going to engage with it that time. Emtino taking a huge chunk of damage from Li Ming. Wave of Force coming out, but knocking Ragnaros in the opposite direction that they wanted. We'll have another bottom tribute, but look at this bush party here. Skev might be walking right into it, and actually will see it. Iron Skin back towards the wall. And Johanna is going to be just fine. Now Rhaegar joining the team in this bottom lane, going to help support them towards this tribute. Emtino at 25% health, going to need some help from Anduin. And Cyan going to whiff on that power slide, now under pressure from the... Oh my god. Li Ming, I don't even know if she knew that Ragnaros was there with low health, but on the money, and they might make it 2. Yes, they will. ETC is down. Willing Arrow has been dropped, but look at them continue this push in. They get even more resets for Li Ming as well. It is a quad kill for Bancho. Now with a 2-level lead, they're going to be able to maybe steal away the enemy boss here, but first things first, they want the Bruiser Camp. Huge plays being made by Bancho at the right moment. I think you just got to credit Kinal. I don't know how he saw Ragnaros. Maybe it was a mine that had revealed him. Either way, that's exactly what they needed in the moment. And they are also going to be able to pick up this boss. No one walking this way yet. Lava Wave was picked up by Ragnaros, but we haven't seen it unleashed yet. And it's going to be a bottom lane boss for Bancho. Might be running back towards their own next. We're going to watch this action here as they try to clear it up. Will they be able to kill it before it gets this fort? It might be close, but Ragnaros hopping in the Molten Core are going to be sure that's not going to happen. They got 4 heroes down here, so that's exactly what Bancho sees as well. They're going to start working on the second boss, another tribute nearby, and this one would represent Curse Point for them. If they can get that curse and this boss out at the same time, could be a lot of trouble for the members of Wood League. And there it goes. They're not going to waste any time picking it up. Still a bruiser camp nearby, but 10 seconds remaining until this tribute's active. They just don't have enough time to go for it. Instead, going to set up in this bush. All the heroics online in 3 seconds, just waiting on that ancestral heal. But you do see, finally, cooldown ready to go. Level 13 advantage, and it's almost a full 2-level lead here. Cyan going to try to step in, has that mosh pit now, but getting the cleanse early is Thrall. Ronan now under pressure, pops the Earthquake, gets the ancestral heal, and 1 kill could be trouble now with Li Ming trying to get that first reset. There it is, stepping in further is Kinal. 1 more ore, might get the 2nd kill, no, but Rhaegar chopping in with that feral lunge does get it. Droopy's down as well. Kavlor now very low. Can he get away? Yes, he will. Triple kill, make it 4 actually. I didn't follow the chase up here. Sylvanas falls. Boss still healthy on the map with 50%, and the curse is active. Oh, this could be a keep very early. Kavlor here in defense, but the only hero currently up for Woodley, gonna take a blind from Johanna. And now ETC showing up, we'll be able to knock a few heroes around, getting that blast away from Ragnarok, still trying to pressure in on Rhaegar, but dropping that slow totem. Bluestein trying to get away, but leaping strikes from Lunara gonna chase him in. Lightning shield being dropped by Bluestein, and do they get the kill? They do. Li Ming showing up yet again. Kinal with an MVP performance. Now the roots locked in from Thrall onto the ETC. They pick up another one. Ragnarok's getting stunned by the boss, and Emtano's down as well. Another triple kill for Bancho. The boss is down, but this keeps about to fall as well. And check out the mid lane. Huge minion waves approaching. Now Josh under pressure has the haunting wave out. I think they get 2 keeps here. Certainly they must. And yes, they will. 1 curse, 2 keeps are down. Bancho with a 3.5 level lead. Seemingly unstoppable from here. And you can all credit that initial tribute when Abathur was able to get that lead. Shusui now further extending it. 3 levels up. And I don't know what stops them from here. Can they be stopped from here? I don't even think they can. Let's follow Wood League and see what they're going to try to do to catch up in XP. A couple minion waves approaching their base, so they're going to freely soak those. But remember, they still have that Ragnaros and that lava wave. Might be a good opportunity for this bottom lane. Fat minion wave stacking up. Lunara is going to try to check out the vision around this bruiser camp, and there goes Wood League. Going to grab some mercs for their map presence, but might just kind of counteract the XP that is soakable in the mid lane. There's a little bit here available, and a couple globes already on the map, so they do grab those now. Approaching level 15. Still have a bit of work to do, and here comes the rotation from Bancho. Sylvanas and that Merc Queen Talon at level 4, not going to be able to get too much value on the camp at mid. Wood League's Bruiser camp is down, and still a camp pushing in for Bancho. This mid lane is going to be under a lot of pressure, but remember, Ragnarok still holding onto that lava wave. I am almost positive that the Molten Core cooldown is ready to go as well. We got another tribute spawning in about 25 seconds. And some more pressure in the bottom lane. Siege camp here, catapult here. They want to try to get this wall quickly, and I think they will. Li Ming able to do some great poke damage. Now the power slide onto Thrall, gets the cleanse and the ancestral heal again. Ronin's had to take that combo from Rhaegar twice. Here's the ultimate evolution onto a Thrall. They're going to try to get some roots. They do land it onto Ragnaros, but Leap of Faith going to keep Emtano alive. Might be hopping in the Molten Core here. Ragnaros kind of hovering around that keep and will hop inside. Big swipe, not going to hit anyone. Abathur, the only one staying in there. They might actually get ETC. No, he's going to fall. But they will get themselves a tribute. And tie it up now 1 apiece between these teams. No kills in the fight. Actually, technically, Abathur clone fell. Boss has respawned in the bottom lane, and this might be an opportunity now with level 16 talents, finally, for Woodley to get back in this game, get a boss of their own. First 2 going over to Bancho, but on the opposite side of the map, there they are, 3 seconds away from starting up their own boss. It might be a little late to make the big run across the map for Wood League, but they're going to try to get up there, I'd assume.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
There they go. Tribute spawning up top. Neither team on Curse Point. So this one's not too important. It appears as though Wood League willing to give this one up. They're just trying to soak at the mid lane. You see level 20s are secured for Ban Cho. It will be Earthen Shields for Thrall. Yeah, he's probably going to need that. A couple times been in some trouble, and getting those additional shields from the Earthquake, especially on the rest of the team, it's going to help. This is tribute number 5 for Ban Cho, but 2 of 3 on their second set. And boss in the bottom lane still alive, but Abathur trying to do his best to clear that out. Minions here as well trying to do some work, but it will get through that fort. And here comes Li Ming to help finish it off before it gets to that keep wall. And there goes the boss. No damage onto the wall. Well done by Kinal yet again. Now trying to mount that pressure in the bottom lane. We're still not seeing these lava waves come out from Ragnaros. I mean, that's, what is it, 120-second cooldown? I mean, we're 15 minutes into the game. I think we've only seen 1 lava wave. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think we've only seen 1. There's Li Ming getting some free damage onto that keep. And starting to retreat back, still with the level 20 advantage. But this time, Wood League knowing they have no option but to fight. So expect something here coming out from Cyan. Mine's going to reveal some vision. And now ETC walking into the bush along with Li Ming. Kinal's able to back up. On the flank side is Thrall, but here comes 5 heroes directly at the core of Ban Cho. They're going to try to stall this out as long as they can. We do see the lava wave now in the top lane. Power slide in and mosh pit on 4 heroes. Light bomb as well. Can they pick up a kill? Still no. Earthen Shield's coming out, and that might help save the day. Shusui, that's the one first to fall. Abathur goes down. Kinal as well. Doesn't get a reset, but they do get 1 kill in each direction. Now Abathur able to throw that hat out, help support Rhaegar. He's pretty low. Ronin's still chasing in onto ETC. There's the leap of faith, but ETC will fall. Might be more low heroes. They have no health. Yeah, that's just gonna be it. A mega kill for Ban Cho. They could not stay alive after Anduin had fallen. GGs have been thrown out in chat as you see Bluestein leading the troops down the mid lane. They get the curse as well. Catapults are here. And that's going to be game number 1 in favor of the number 2 seed, Ban Cho. Looking good here in this very, very important matchup between the number 2 and number 3 in Division C East. They're going to get this win on Cursed Hollow, but they need 1 more to walk away with a win tonight. GG. And let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Who's our MVP? Man, I think it's got to be Kinal. You can also throw some credit at Abathur. Able to soak up that XP during the first trip. That's what made the difference. Rhaegar, some great cleanses. This time not opting for the Bloodlust, and I think that's the right decision with what we saw. A couple times, Thrall was saved by Bluestein with that cleanse and ancestral heal, so well done by Bluestein as well. But I think our MVP, it's got to be Kinal. He found some really clutch picks and some really good resets for their team, which set up a lot of those big kills. Well done by Ban Cho. Let's take a look at this talent screen before we move on to our first break of the evening. A big thank you to everyone hanging out with us in chat right now. A lot of NGS action going on this Tuesday evening, but I am proud and honored to have you guys here on my stream right now. If you're not already following the channel, be sure to hit that follow button now. And if you want to help out, maybe you're watching this in the future over on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button over there. Definitely helps get this content out to more eyes, help continue to grow Nexus Gaming Series and competitive Heroes of the Storm. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with game number 2. And welcome back to twitch.tv/murderrg. I am awaiting our lobby. Actually, there it is. My fault. Apparently, I'm the last one to join. Sorry about that, players, but I'm here. I'm ready to go. Looks like we're going to be heading into Towers of Doom for map number 2, as chosen by Ban Cho this time. Wood League opting for that first pick. And a lot of heroes to consider banning out. They struggled in game number 1. Dax, if you're just getting here, it was Ban Cho in impressive fashion with a Li Ming. They picked up 2 curses, 3 bosses, and it was enough to take down the core with the final mega kill at the end of the game. Strong efforts from both sides, but really it was Ban Cho with the Li Ming play that led them to a game 1 victory on Cursed Hollow. We did get our ready check from Blue Steen, just waiting to hear back from Kavlor. He is our lobby host tonight. And there is his ready check, so we're underway in about 3 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Towers of Doom.
A new subscriber has...
Oh, did I cut that off, Arrow? A new subscriber. Thank you for gifting it over to Ruck. Ruck, I don't know if you're there right now, but Ruck's one of my good old friends from Star Wars The Old Republic. So a pleasure having you here tonight, and thank you so much for that gifted sub, Arrow, helping us reach that goal once again of 100 subscribers. So definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. I can't even hear Murda, and he's all the way turned up. What does that mean? Am I not loud? Am I quiet? Hello? Test? 1, 2? Check, check, check. Hello? I think I'm here. Okay. I think it's just you, Arrow. I hope it's just you. Oh, please God. I hope my microphone's not broken this whole time. No one let me know. Kael'thas banned out by Wood League, and there's a ban onto Greymane from Ban Cho. Second ban now, Wood League on the clock. Game 1, they took out Zul and Hanzo, but this time they don't want to leave Johanna open for Skev for a second time in a row. She'll be banned out. It's going to leave that other tank ETC as the thought now for Ban Cho. Do they want to take the cow out? I need some water. I'm thirsty. So good. Second ban for Ban Cho will be the Garrosh for the second time. Greymane also taken out in game number 1 as well, so repeating some of these bans. And that's going to leave open a Zul this time for Wood League. They banned Zul out in game number 1, but this time they're able to grab the hero for Emtano, who played the Ragnaros in game number 1. I think Zul may be in a better spot than Rag right now, obviously. And on a map like Towers of Doom, might give them opportunity to double soak mid and top lane. A strong hero on Towers of Doom. So the response from Ban Cho will be ETC and Sylvanas. These are 2 heroes played by Wood League in game number 1. They're going to have them for themselves here in game number 2. I think this is actually Sylvanas' best map. You get that Merc Queen going in the bottom lane. Empowered sappers do additional damage onto structures. Give you a lead in the bottom lane and potentially help you take that bell tower first. Droopy's going to be picking up a recently buffed up Tyrande. And it'll be Varian for Cyan. So that Lunar Flare going to help out the additional stun lock from the taunt of Varian. And if you pair that in as well with Zul, they have a very strong CC comp so far. Final ban for Ban Cho. Game 1, they took out that Kael'thas. Might still be a thought here. Instead, no, it's going to be Gul'dan. So 3 Gs banned out. Greymane, Garrosh, and Gul'dan by Ban Cho. And now our final ban on the clock for Wood League. Huh. What do they got to take away here? Game 1 really good was that Li Ming. Maybe that's the thought right there. 5 seconds to make this decision, but I think that's got to be the one. No, it's Leoric. They don't want anyone to be able to match Zul's double soak, So this could be Li Ming Malthael right here. I think those are the best 2 picks available. You get the last rights, you get that Li Ming again for Kinal. And Malthael able to double soak mid and top just as well as Zul. I think they pull the trigger right here, right now. It'll be Anduin for Blue Steen, not Rhaegar this time. And for Kinal, it's Hanzo. So not the direction I would have gone, but I can't say this is a bad choice. They're going to have a lot of poke, trying to stay away from the Varian as much as possible. They have Hanzo and Sylvanas. Anduin with that Divine Star can also do some poking of his own. And ETC, he'll have to be on the map and present with that face melt, making sure Varian's not able to lock in any targets. Final 2 picks are Jaina and Tracer for Kavlor and Josh. One pick remains. It's Ronan. Played the Thrall in game number 1. And in game 2, we'll be playing a Sonya. Alright, chat. Game number 1, you guys lost. You guys picked Wood League. So you guys are 0-1 here in this matchup. But hey, you still have a chance to win. I'm going to open up our game 2 poll right now and ask you the same question. Who will win game 2? Will it be Wood League or will it be Ban Cho? Head on over to chat right now up at the top of your chat bar. Select the team you want to win and be sure to hit the submit button. Votes are live right up there. You see them. I see them. Still no votes in, but of course, we're on a 30-second delay, so you might not even realize that the poll is open yet. But game 1, it went over to Bancho. Game 2, a much different look this time from Wood League. Will they be able to bounce back as we load on into Towers of Doom?
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Now let's start introducing some of these players. We see Cyan playing the Varian. There's Kavlor, the captain, on Jaina. Emtino making the swap over to Zul as Droopy's on the Tyrande, and Josh is playing the Tracer. Make some noise for the number 3 seed in Division C East. They're known as Wood League. And over on the red side, Blue Steen, captain of this squad, playing the Anduin. Kinal, our Game 1 MVP, now on Hanzo. Shusui making the move over to Sylvanas. There's Skev13 on ETC, and Ronan, the solo laner, on Sonya. Give it up for the number 2 squad in Division C East. They're known as Ban Cho. Level 1's up on the screen will be Renew for Anduin. And of note will be Hanzo's pick. It's target practice here on Towers of Doom. And of course now with access to it at level 1, it'll be Lunar Blaze for Tyrande. Trying to get those stacks up early, but should have plenty of opportunities in this matchup with Varian and Zul on the team. Whenever that lockdown is ready to go, Kavlor should be there with those blizzards for a tremendous amount of additional damage. A little bit of an exchange at mid as you see Hanzo trying to stack up that target practice early while the heroes are all hanging out in the mid lane. Gonna land another one there onto Varian. As it's just now Sylvanas in this bottom lane helping deal with soaking this up. The rest of the team at mid trying to jump on Zul actually, slowing down Emtino in their rotations, but Zul able to get back behind the wall now heading up to the top. Sylvanas still clearing up this bottom lane as both teams are starting to look at their siege camps. Both tanks trying to support these camp getters, but it's right now just the Hanzo working on it. Finally moving over is Anduin. Might be an invade. They're moving this direction. Droopy checked it out with the Sentinel, but they decide not to make the move. Still no level 4 for Varian, so is he a real hero yet? Probably not. He does see his son on the other side. Anduin playing this time for Bancho. Sappers approaching the wall here, actually. Need to be careful. Any closer, they might start charging. There goes one of them onto the tower. It does connect. The second one has been killed, and the third one falling low on health as the first pulse bomb of Tracer does connect, but not doing enough damage to pick up first blood yet. Will be level 4's first for Bancho. And they still have these sappers on the map. Does Sylvanas pick up Merc Queen? No. Opting for unstable poison here instead. There's the first taunt of the game. Follow-up Lunar Flare, but Leap of Faith going to pull Kinal away, and that's going to be their response each time they see it. But, yeah, cooldown a little bit too long for Anduin to do that every time. But at least the first one they'll be able to save as we have our first altars being announced. They'll be ready to go in about 25 seconds. No first blood yet, but look at the XP advantage being provided by Zul. Emtino being around this map, mid and top, just as expected, and does have a bit of a lead over Ronin Sonya right now. It's a half-level lead as Ronin is desperately trying to keep up and make sure these globes do not hit the floor. Might actually take 2 waves here. No, they need the altar. Who am I kidding? Sonya's heading over to the top right. Zul's still hanging out at mid as the bottom lane being looked at by Droopy, but you can't move past here right now. Tyrande going to be able to quickly pick up that bottom altar for Woodley. They're going to take a 4-shot lead as Zul's also able to channel away the top left. It'll be 32-36 in favor of Woodley. Oh, whoa, 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 my bad. I didn't even see what was going on there. Tracer almost following, but it looks like Hanzo became our first blood of the game. And Woodley going to extend their lead now. They're looking pretty good to pick up level 7s. Might be able to get it at the end of this wave. It's going to be really close, but still not quite. There's the taunt. Power slide in onto Varian, and lock Cyan in front of some of those towers. He takes a bit of damage, but still plenty healthy with Tyrande nearby. Droopy also pretty low, so might want to think about going to that fountain. We got Sapper Camp spawning first on the left, and still 9-8 seconds on the right side. So potential invade opportunity if they want. Sonic Arrow going to reveal exactly where they're at. Hanzo's going to step in and find one of those shots off onto Jaina. Got the camp on the right side. It's ready to go. There goes Shusui and Blue Steen. Let's watch the action in the bottom lane as these sappers are starting to approach. And, you know, maybe a good time to check out Zul, who's been still taking this advantage to their full potential. Here's our XP totals. Has a 1,500 lead right now over Sonya. But Ronin getting a bit more access to some damaging abilities at level 7. We do see... actually, wait, I still hasn't picked this level 7. LOL. Sappers will run and charge, and all 3 will connect on the wall. There's a... Whoa. That's what they want to do. Big taunt. Lunar Flare follow-up. The Blizzard was there for Kavlor. That'll be their second kill of the game. Still none on the board for Ban Cho. Starting to fall behind here on Towers of Doom. We do have our second altar phase active now, and with ETC not on the map, should be an easy one for the Woodley. Contender 74 saying Greymane would have been way better than Tracer. Yes, Greymane was banned out. The initial ban from Ban Cho at the start of our draft. So was not available here for them. Level 9.5 now as this lead is continuing to be extended. They're going to have these level 10 talents soon, but I don't even think it matters to them. And they already have Tracer, obviously, with their heroic ability. Varian with their heroic ability. And do they really need the others? Probably don't need them, but they're going to have them anyway. Will be pulse rounds for Tracer. There's a Leap of Faith going to save Shusui, but Skev taking that pulse bomb that time. Sylvanas able to Haunting Wave away. Barely able to survive. And now going to head on back to base to get a full health bar. This attack, this CC power, the Varian taunts, it's all so good. And once again, we'll connect, and this time, Anduin, no chance to live. Can't be that far forward in front of the tank, and paid with his life. It's an 8-shot lead on the core right now, and they are starting to fall behind on kills and structures as well. Lunar Flare that time not going to connect, but the taunt does. Sylvanas is down. Water Elemental being thrown out as well from Kavlor. And I think this will be the first bell tower of the game exchanging hands in favor of the Woodley. I mean, yeah, you can make a case for a few other heroes. I think the Greymane obviously would have been good if it wasn't banned. I'm seeing mention now of Thrall as well. Yeah, I think that makes some sense. You know, they have the Zul, or else I'd say maybe something like a Malthael would have worked out. But how can you deny it? They are playing out of their minds right now. And starting to grab another bell tower here in the bottom side of our map. There it goes, being secured. And this bottom bell tower still in possession of Wood League. It's going to mean 5 additional shots and now a 13-point lead for the Wood League. They grab themselves another sapper camp and now finally start making some rotations towards the middle side of the map. They've been in that bottom lane almost exclusively because of how much presence Zul has had. Now Ronan gonna find Emtino and try to apply some damage, but Zul not scared. Just stepping in. He's got the Curse Strikes build, and I mean, eventually Sonya's gonna start taking some damage, right? Maybe? Maybe not. Ronan going with the leap, not the Wrath of the Berserker here. As Cyan starts looking for a taunt. Actually, the taunt did land, but Kinal was with that natural agility over the wall at the same time. And that's enough space created to get away from that engage. But the cooldown's so short for Varian, this time going to have a Sonic Arrow attached to him for a little bit. But Cyan has been playing out of his mind thus far. And you also got to credit the play on Tyrande from Droopy. There every time with the Lunar Flare. This time ETC moving in. Mosh Pit out onto one. Interrupted by Tyrande. Skev inside a Blizzard. Has to be careful. Light Bomb going out. But he'll die before it goes off. So no additional use from that heroic. He's not able to jump over the wall again as Jaina's going to fall. Ronan's here, but look at that sticky bomb from Tracer. Picking up yet another kill. Now in chase onto Bluestein. Should be another one. Yes, it will. Shusui as well. No. Sylvanas able to live, but it's a triple kill for Wood League and another double altar phase. There goes Droopy starting to channel the bottom one. They might try to get this fort before getting the middle one. Oh, Josh on the flank finding Hanzo. Oh boy, oh boy. For all you haters on this Tracer pick in chat, Josh just made you look stupid. Let's take a peek at the final results from our Game 2 poll. You guys were deadlocked. 2 votes for each of our teams as that bell tower does exchange hands for the second time in this game. Another 5 shots can be sent towards the core of Van Cho. And this lead has now been extended to 22 points. It's a map you can always come back on, but how do you do it from this situation? I don't know if you can. Shusui now out untaunted during the haunting wave. Can't escape. A staggered death, and now without Sylvanas on the map, might be difficult to clear out these sappers approaching the goal line in the bottom lane. You're trying to pressure back ETC, but can he do it? They're going to have to call in Sonya to help out. Ronan now entering on the flank. Here's Cyan finding the target. There's the no taunt, actually. Leap of Faith coming out instead. And will the sappers cross the line? I don't think they will, but Skev's going to go down. No sappers score, but does it matter? Or no, excuse me, 1 did go across. They were at 14, now they're at 13. Level 16 talents are secured, and here is the Northern Exposure for Jaina. Going to help further lock in these heroes and put on that additional damage, rather. Anytime you get your armor lowered, that means kills, right? And there you go. Hunter's Mark that time from Tyrande being used. And there's no way out of this. 11 to 1 is the kill count. They have no answer for Varian in this taunt. Triple altar phase could be GG if Wood League's able to grab all 3 of them. Attack saying, Murda, I make a living by making myself look like an idiot. Okay. Dax, you're a smart man. I got faith. No level 16 talents. This could be trouble. Sylvanas still not on the map as 2 sappers cross the bottom. Make it 3. So they only need 2 of these altars. They're trying to get the bottom one. Zul under pressure up top. Might be the second kill of the game here. But I don't know. Jaina showing up. Here comes Varian. Taunt in onto 1. That's the Sonya. Hanzo's going to fall. It's going to be a double kill onto the Anduin as well. There goes a triple onto Sonya. And that's GG. That's it. All they have to do is channel this left, and it's over. Well done. Impressive fashion. Only needing 11 minutes and 59 seconds on Towers of Doom. Wood League in probably more impressive fashion than Game 1 was for Ban Cho. They're going to tie up this series and send us into a game number 3. Let's take a peek at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Oh boy, I don't even know who you call the MVP in this one. Just the one death on the side of Wood League. Drippy was there non-stop with those lunar flares, the Hunter's Mark as well. I think our game number 2 MVP is going to be Droopy. Not often we get to call out a support player, but when you only have one death and you had that much impact in the engage. Alan Hicks in chat saying, made him look bad. They did. That was a stomp on Towers of Doom.
New follower detected.
Great efforts from both sides, but Wood League looking much better there. Got to say thank you for the follow. Finally, Tuna Beat. You weren't following already? You were a subscriber. But thank you for hitting the follow button as well. Here's a look at our talent screen before we go on to our final break of the evening. Once again, I have to thank all of you for being here. There are plenty of other streams going on, but I am honored that you're choosing to be here watching this matchup tonight between Wood League and Bancho. If you're not already following the channel, be sure to hit that button. And if you're watching on YouTube, please help me out by hitting subscribe over there as well. I'll be back in about 2 minutes as we set up game number 3. Hello and welcome back to the stream. Murda is here with a game number 3 about to be underway. Quick shout out to Lady Ronan89 in chat, throwing down 100 bits in support of Ronan here playing for Bancho this evening. They're gonna need that support, Lady Ronan. They just dropped game number 2, and it was quite the comp on the other side coming out for Wood League. I'm assuming they're gonna be looking at banning out some of those heroes in game number 3. The Varian, I mean, that's what started it all off, but such great follow-up from Tyrande. Didn't really ever need the Zool to show up in a team fight. I think they did get him once. His double soaking was more than enough help from Zool. They just keep soaking, Zool. We don't need you right now. Setting up my notebook here with another page because we are heading into a game 3, and well, each of my pages can only really hold 2 games. Getting our last player in the lobby right now, it will be Ronan. And now with everyone here, who dis? Who dis? Okay, he left. We had an imposter show up. But all 10 players, including myself, make it 11 are here. Lady Ronan calling for a tracer ban. I don't know. Maybe ban the Zool. Maybe ban the Varian. Maybe. Okay? Green Mist, what do you think? Okay, your silence tells me you agree. Let's check out the draft. Okay, who's on the clock first? Red team. So this is the map selection of Wood League. Bancho wants that first pick. The first pick's won twice tonight, so might make sense that they want it here in game number 3. Do they take out the Zool? Do they take out the Varian? They've spent their bans tonight on Greymane and Garrosh twice. They also had one ban apiece onto Kael'thas and Gul'dan. But I think they saw something in game 2 that they just don't want to deal with here on the final map. They will continue their ban. Third time tonight on the Greymane. And that'll be the second ban in a row onto Johanna from Wood League. They had enough in game number 1. And I think they might be sticking with their strategy as much as they can here for this final game. Alan Hicks saying that they won their match tonight. Congratulations to you, Alan. As Kael'thas will be taken out, and a bit of disrespect maybe from Bancho. Not banning out the Zool, not banning out the Varian. There's the ban onto Zool. So, do they want Varian for themselves, or are they willing to give over Varian to Ronda for the second game in a row? You guys be the judge at home. This time Garrosh is available. He's been banned out twice, so another taunt could be an option for them. But Varian's so much stronger at that single target burst. That single target lockdown, really. It's going to be ETC for Skev. Second game in a row on the hero. Will this be Varian and Tyrande? That's the two enablers of the comp they played in game 2, and they're both still available. They want Sonya strong on Infernal Shrines and Gul'dan as well. Switching up the strategy, but taking two heroes that work out just fine on Infernal Shrines. And quite possibly a hero they wanted in game number 2. It's the Gul'dan that was banned out. Gotta say thank you in chat to JMac514 for hitting the follow button. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for supporting me and supporting the Nexus Gaming series. There's Rhaegar. This is what helped Blue Steen lead Bancho to victory in game number 1. And Kinal gonna find a Phoenix here. Haven't seen Phoenix tonight. Haven't had to call his name for a ban either, as there's the ban onto Thrall, trying to target out Ronin's favorite hero to play. Maybe not like absolute favorite, but I've seen him play it a few times, so it's definitely one he likes. Or at least one they make him play. Maybe that's the best way to say it. They make Ronin play Thrall. But he's a good hero. Tuna B in chat saying, if Ronin doesn't Thrall, the world is over as we know it. Well, I hate to tell you, Tuna. Will not be a Thrall here. Final bans on the Varian, and finally, we won't have to worry about seeing that. But I got to imagine Wood League has something up their sleeve, something else in mind. Maybe even including that Garrosh that we saw banned out the first 2 games. Do they go for something like a Malfurion Garrosh here? Another new follow. This one coming in from Alan Hicks. Appreciate the love, my friend. It'll be Stukov and Blaze. And I get confirmation in chat from Lady Ronin that Ronin does like Thrall. Okay, I figured. Stukov Blaze. Not the two I was expecting. Will it be a main tank Blaze? With Cyan playing the hero, I think it will be. They already have the Sonya for the offlane, so expect to see a main tank Blaze here in game number 3. Final 2 picks for Bancho will be Arthas, played by Ronin, another hero I've seen him play recently, and Shusui hopping on the Jaina, so a bit of Frost presence now for their final 2 selections of Bancho. One pick is all that's left, and the only thing standing between you guys and putting a vote out of who you think's going to win this. Final pick is Raynor. And having access to that Hyperion on Infernal Shrines, pushing with a Punisher, could be lights out. Let's open up this poll. Find out who you guys think has the fortitude to withstand the onslaught from the other side. Who will win Game 3? Will it be Wood League? Or, ladies and gentlemen, will it be Bancho? It's time for you guys to decide. Your vote is the only thing that will give them the power to win. So be sure to head on over to chat right now up at the top. Hit the little drop down arrow. Select the team you would like to win. And be sure to hit submit. Who do I think is going to win? I always got to ask myself this question. But I think maybe Game 2 was so strong for Wood League that they have the momentum right now as we load on in to Infernal Shrines.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
I'll start introducing here on the left-hand side. We got Droopy playing the Stukov. There's Kavlor on Gul'dan. Josh going to play the Rainer. Emtano on the Sonya. And Cyan playing a main tank Blaze here in game number 3. Give it up for your game 2 winners and your number 3 seed in Division C East. They're known as Wood League. Here on the red side, it'll be Keenal on Phoenix. Shusui playing the Jaina. There's Blue Steen resuming duties on Rhaegar. Skep13 back on ETC. And Ronan playing the Arthas, the number 2 seed in Division C East. Make some noise for Bancho. Laser build started up for Keenal on the Phoenix. Shusui's playing the Jaina. She doesn't have lasers, so certainly not his laser build. And we got our first little skirmish happening at mid. Skev going to take some damage from Gul'dan, who's gone into Echoed Corruption at level 1, already finding 3 stacks early. Maybe a bit of a misplay by Bancho, allowing Gul'dan to find some stacks in that initial attack, but they were able to stack up a couple of their own quests as well. 2 on advanced targeting and 2 on the Eternal Hunger for Arthas. Skep13 trying to walk through a vent, gonna find a Blaze in his face, but of no worry to them. They just dropped their Blizzard on this wave and might start thinking about grabbing their camp. But you already see on the left hand side Wood League active and well ahead of their opponents, as they have been for the most part in these early camps. They pick up their left side and now are starting to head towards the bottom as well. Will we have a fight over this camp? I think we just might. Keenal gonna walk in, find Blaze with that laser beam, but ETC able to power slide through 3 heroes. Now face melt back on the Gul'dan. Big jet propulsion from Cyan gonna stun out a few heroes, and the Blizzard is down from Jaina, but not hitting any enemies. It's Skev13 falling first. Blaze and Gul'dan with so much damage pairing in to get that kill. Yeah, you can credit Rainer as well, I suppose. Strong efforts, and you see this ace in the hole already getting some damage with that oil slicks from Blaze. First blood of the game, and the momentum continuing. Oh boy, Rhaegar down as well. A staggered death onto Blue Steen, and this could be trouble in the bottom lane early for Bancho, as Wood League going to be able to get one of these towers down. Do they get more from here? Don't think so, as their minion wave is down. They just have these Khazra Mercs. And they're dead too. So it's already a full level lead for Wood League. This is exactly picking up where they left off in game number 2. Shrine number 1 going to be active in less than 30 seconds with ETC trying to keep eyes on it. Cyan going to whiff with that jet propulsion. Just a little bit out of range was Jaina. She's able to move back and get the safety. We have all of our heroes on the map. Still no level 7s for either team, so we're on even talents. And a good opportunity for Bancho to try to find a fight. Maybe move in this shrine early, knowing that their opponents aren't going to have any sort of advantage. Rotation down from Ronan on this Arthas. Cyan going to be slowed. Still in chase. Now the Blizzard is down, but face melting out of it. Blaze is going to fall either way, but a bit of a surprise seeing the ETC knock the Blaze out of the Blizzard. Big pickup in the first kill of the game for Bancho. They're able to move into the shrine first. It's a Frozen Punisher. The first one to come out for this bottom lane. And this is my favorite one. It's going to lock down structures. To allow a ample siege to happen from Bancho if they're able to grab this. Already getting 20 skeletal defenders, but look at that camp steal. The invade on the opposite side of the map. They also have a bruiser of their own already pushing in the top lane. And they're going to make the rotation into this pit. Still only 35 skeletal defenders picked up. They're going to have to get the rest of them here, and they barely will, knocking some of those minions back into the Blizzard. They're able to take it 40-0. And there will be a Frozen Punisher on the map. Kinal nearby trying to grab some of these XP globes as he's going to leap over the wall. Skev 13 also here with the ETC, trying to make sure Kinal's never under pressure. And this Punisher is going to die early, but it will get additional lockdown onto the fort. Does it matter? Not really. Do they get the wall? Yes, they do get the wall with the final minion. But they don't get any towers. A strong defense. Because Ronin had to drop back. Look at how much damage that Bruiser Camp combo got. All the way through the wall and about, we'll say 45% onto the fort as well. Stronger than the Punisher was, and now you see Phoenix in trouble. Will be able to warp over the wall, trying to run away, but Blaze is here. Does he have a stun? No! Kinal able to back up into that healing totem, and I think also use the fountain as well. That's what you need to do. Do you see what Stukov just did? Drop that lurking arm down, allowing those Khazra minions to start targeting that fountain, already taking it down to about 75% health. Now they're going to have a double camp at mid, needing to be tended to by Ban Cho. And the bottom camp available again, and they're going to get to work with Raynor and Gul'dan. Some very quick camp clear. This will be their 4th siege camp of the game, as well as those 2 bruiser camps. They are well ahead on the macro. Blaze under some pressure, surrounded by multiple heroes. Power slide through, still not able to get away as Ronin's trying to step in with Arthas, slowing Cyan as much as possible. But that time, Jet Propulsion gets him away, and it will be a pickup onto Ronin. Arthas is down. 3rd kill of the game, and very close now to level 10. Wood League putting the pressure on early. They're going to get that bottom tower. So wall and tower down for Ban Cho in this bottom lane. And they're still a level behind. Heroic talents now being selected will be Horrify, Wrath of the Berserker, Flailing Swipe, Hyperion, and I'd expect a bunker for Blaze. But who knows? You know, it's Combustion, not the bunker. Is that a mistake? You be the judge at home. I thought the music was disabled. It was quiet. So I just checked it out. Swipes coming out from Stukov, trying to make sure Sonya's not going to fall. Jet Propulsion not able to connect that time from Cyan. We got level 10s on both sides now. Ancestral Heal for the 2nd time tonight from Bluestein and a Rhaegar. Mosh Pit picked up for ETC. There's the Purification Salvo for Phoenix. And the Ring of Frost for Jaina. Final pick is the Army of Dead from Arthas. Skev dancing around nearby Blaze, had no idea, but gonna find a wide open Raynor in the mid lane. Tremendous lockdown from Arthas that time. Howling Blast connecting. And this could be the 2nd straight Punisher of the game. Really the only thing keeping Ban Cho alive in this game so far is their access to that 1st Punisher. And now with that kill onto Raynor, they might be able to get their 2nd one in just as many opportunities. There's a Bruiser camp being picked up here. And this other one on the opposite side just now respawning. They want to be sure they can get as many of these skeletal defenders as early as they can. He'll count 2 to 3. And Arthas just completed a quest, but caught out at mid. Lurking Arm is down. Ronin's still under pressure. Gul'dan with some damage out as the Army of the Dead's popped. Ronin trying to survive, eating those minions, but there's not enough for him to chomp down. A pickup onto Arthas, but they will lose that Mortar Punisher over to Ban Cho in the top lane. Does the death on Arthas matter? Maybe, yeah, because look at this siege. Minions are here, and 4 heroes as well. Rotation now coming out from ETC. Does he have a Mosh Pit in him? Might have some targets here. Jet Propulsion gonna slow down Skev. Ring of Frost missing. Oh boy. Wood League able to escape. They get some damage out onto the fort. And Sonya in the top lane, she's been able to deal with this Punisher so far. It's already at 50% health. We'll get through a wall and both towers, but this fort will be standing at the end of the day. I got to imagine. Oh, no. Sonya getting punched. Oh, they do get the fort. Okay. So not a big enough response. There might be one more leap here onto Sonya. Bluestein thinking it's coming, and there it is, but everyone else left the party. Bottom lane under pressure now. Let's follow the action as Wood League trying to get some more damage out onto yet another fort. They've gotten both the top and the mid so low. But Phoenix and Arthas going to be able to pressure them back. Now here comes ETC. Has a mosh pit available. But once again, not going to pull the trigger. Level 13s are secured for Wood League, and Bancho right now trying to slow it down a bit. Send their Arthas up to the top lane. Get that level 13 talent here. Maybe make a defense of their Bruiser camp. You do see some hawking coming around, and now Arthas going to be under some pressure in the top lane. Has that Army of the Dead. Might need to pop it here just to survive through this again. There's the Horrify. Only one target needed, but the Mosh Pit in response interrupted by something. I think it was Raynor with a penetrating round. Now there's the combustion from Blaze. Ronin so low will finally fall. Skep 13 still here, power sliding through a couple of heroes back to his safety, but the Hyperion's being dropped and there's not a lot of room to move. Keenal's gonna fall. It's a double kill for Wood League, and they're ready to pressure in this top lane. Fort already below 50% health, and with Gul'dan, Sonya, and the entire crew here, it's gonna be our first structure of the game down for Wood League, and they get a staggered kill out onto ETC. 7 kills in the game now. Let's take a peek at who's gotten most of them. It is Josh on the Raynor with 3. And Blaze with 2, Gul'dan with 2. Just 2 kills on the opposite side. 1 for Phoenix, 1 for Arthas. Wood League playing well and might be able to find yet another fort here. Absolutely they will. So chat, you gotta talk to me. How is Bancho going to get back from this one? Game 2 did not go their way, and now game number 3 starting to look pretty similar. They're down by 2 levels. They're going to be down that level 16 tier in a matter of time. And with this bottom fort about to fall, they're going to be losing out on structures and catapult pressure as well. ETC still 30 plus seconds away from having a mosh pit, but going to walk into this fight anyway. Cyan looking for that jet propulsion, not going to connect as we see Pyromania being popped just to allow the slow to be deactivated. Alan Hicks saying, "Can I change my vote?" Your vote was written in blood, Alan. You gotta stick with it now. And who won that poll? Let's take a look. Looks like you guys picked Bancho. 63% of the vote, 5-3 in their favor. Still time to come back, but it is not looking good right now for Bancho. Big Bird saying, Bancho has just got to land that big money ring. You might be right. And look at what they're doing. This is a play out of Wood League's book. They're going to steal away a Bruiser camp on the top side and start pressuring out onto this keep, knowing they have really no opportunity to get that Punisher. They're going to maybe start looking at a keep wall. Yeah, here comes the pressure. They're not going to leave this. Will we see any Hearths coming out? Maybe just leave the Sonya here. Yeah, there's some Hearths starting. Raynor going back, Stukov going back, Blaze going back, and there goes Gul'dan as well. But the wall's already down, Catapult and Bruiser camp here. This could be a very quick keep. They're going to back up. There's the Hyperion, and that is their signal to disengage. But Gul'dan walking up, has that Horrify, but not able to find a target. Keep getting all the way down to, we'll call it 15% health. Strong push from Bancho. Now they're just moments away from level 16. They can try to make a defense of this Punisher in the bottom lane. It's an Arcane Punisher. Ronin going to be the first to show up. But here comes Bluestein and Skev on Rhaegar and ETC. They do bait it over the wall. Ronin going to clear out the wave in front of the wall. Jet Propulsion not going to connect that time from Blaze. Ronin able to walk back. There's the Horrify. Doesn't do too much. That's a big cooldown being burned out by Gul'dan as we have another leap coming out. Jet Propulsion this time does connect. Here's the Combustion. Going to connect onto Rhaegar, but the Self-Ancestral going to keep Bluestein alive. So much damage from the keep onto Blaze. So it's a quick pickup, and now Emptino in trouble, knocked back by ETC. And that's a double kill for Bancho. Right after they secure their level 16 talents, they keep their keep alive. Get a nice double kill for themselves, and look at top lane. Catapult is here. Is it locked on the keep? It is. So this is going to fall in just a few moments if it gets a couple more shots out. There's one. Oh my god, how much health? It's down. Keep falls. Winions doing their thing in the top lane. So that strong push before the Punisher was on the map, playing to the advantage of Bancho, a smart decision. And able to save their keep. They're looking pretty good and maybe now have a lead of their own. 3 structures apiece, but the big money one down in that top lane could be all the difference right now for them to make this comeback happen. 7-4 is our kill count. We're going to take another quick peek. Still the same amount of kills on the left-hand side. Those 3 for Raynor, 2 for Blaze and Gul'dan. And now on the other side, Ronin starting to step up with his Arthas. 3 kills for him, 1 for the Phoenix. Couple camps available for Bancho, and they're going to start rotating around this map to grab them, as well as getting some of these waves that are pretty extended out onto their own side of the map. The Bruiser camp will be next. Let's also take a look at some of our damage numbers. Right now it's Gul'dan leading all heroes in hero damage, and top on his team with siege damage as well. Our support numbers, oh, this is not the support numbers. Is it this one? Here we go. Time dead, healing. ETC getting locked in, but receives the Ancestral Heal. But the Horrify on the money. Cyan's Combustion not going to do much. There's the Ring of Frost. Does hit a couple heroes. But did they get any kills? I don't think they do. Cyan still looking strong. Pops the Pyromania. Moving on back. It's just a 1 kill onto ETC. And that next Punisher being noted by Alan Hicks will be in the top lane. Let's preview it. It will be a Frozen Punisher. Frozen Punisher, you know, it means to me, doesn't matter which way it goes. Could be trouble. Keenal playing way too aggressive right now. Does have the warp and will barely be able to get away. But that could have been horrible for him, trying to get some stacks going on advanced targeting. Only at a 29 right now. Needs 30 to pick up the Plasma Cutter Circle additional time. Ronin pretty extended now in the mid lane, surrounded by 4 blue shirts. Gets the cleanse from Rhaegar. And will be able to sidestep his way out of there. Top lane Punisher is next. Level 20 talents almost ready to go for Wood League. Will this be another push in an opposite lane? Looks like it might be. Pressuring up a minion wave is Bancho, and still not in the pit. They want the Bruiser camp first. Yeah, they're going for it. Look at this. No fear. Once again, behind on talents, but maybe ahead on the shot call? I don't know. Game 1, it looks, or the last Punisher, it looks so good. They're going to try to do whatever they can here for a second time. They do move 4 heroes off the point. It's just Sonya still up there. Phoenix tried to mount, but didn't get on it. That time, Keenal able to grab on the mount. Sonya starting to back up. Emptino not willing to stand in there by themselves. Mid lane, there is a siege camp and a catapult here, but Jaina's going to be able to clear it up. They're also going to take care of this Bruiser camp in the top lane. So just that pressure showing in the bottom lane was enough to stall out any progress on killing these skeletal defenders. Sonya is here. No mosh pit that time from ETC. Might have been a good spot. Just pick up that solo kill on the Sonya could make all the difference. With Arthas there in that Howling Blast. Emptino still under pressure. Will pop the Whirlwind, which gets Emptino out. There's the fear onto ETC. Gets the Ancestral Heal. Combustion now coming out. Skev in trouble, but the swipe's going to keep him alive for now. Hyperion is there, and Skev finally does go down, but look at Gul'dan falling as well. Death Mosh getting some value and a pickup onto Sonya. Still looking for more. Phoenix trying to chase in. Does he have the cutter? Yes, he does, but Cyan able to jet propulsion out. Bancho still alive in the race for this Punisher. And they got 4 heroes up to just a 3 right now for Wood League, and I think they're going to get this. You see them retreating, backing up, making sure these minions in the bottom lane don't do any damage onto that keep. We're about to be looking at a top lane heading right onto the core. A Frozen Punisher for Bancho. That'll be it right there. All 40 have been collected. Do they want to follow this one in? Looks like they do. They're going to prep the lane a bit. As you have Raynor and Blaze still showing in the bottom lane. Josh trying to get this camp out. Would be enough pressure to get that bottom lane keep of Bancho down. But their core could be in trouble. Still 7 seconds until Sonya is back on the map. Gul'dan will be respawning right now. And here they come. Frozen circles on both sides because this is the core. And it's got frozen circles too. So you see the red ones, you see the blue ones. Try to keep track of them. Goldan getting rooted that time. Kevlar trying to escape and will be able to turn around and find a kill onto Arthas, but pays with his own life. Now Kinal trying to work on Blaze. Cyan so low, but healing up in his own wave. The core takes 0 damage. And someone's got to get back to deal with this camp push. Catapult here as well. Who's it going to be? No one hearthing. So they're going to make the long run. Did they get here in time? I guess they do. Minion wave going to stall it out, but with these minions down, it's going to start targeting onto the keep. Oh, Phoenix just walking in range before they target the keep. And that's enormous because all those minions and the Khazras would have been enough to get this keep down. But Phoenix barely able to save the day. Keep still stands. And Bancho still have some sort of minor advantage in this game. Level 20 talents for both teams now, so we don't have to worry too much about our XP anymore. Couple stacks still looking to get finished. Eternal Hunger now up to 17, and there's 48 stacks on advanced targeting. Of course, getting this up to 120. Not the easiest thing to do. You don't see it often. But at least now the double plasma cutter is being unleashed by the Phoenix every time he hits that Q button. And following Wood League now, you see Kevlar starting to ping off onto this camp along with the rest of his team. They want to get some pressure for the top lane. No other camps currently available, so this will be a nice little power opportunity for them as they're leading right now 10-7 in kills with so much tension right now. Either team really could make a big play happen. And when it does, that could be GG right there. Starting to play a bit safer now is Wood League, making sure they're sticking together as 5. Here's Blaze, not going to connect on that jet propulsion. The pings are coming out of the scab, but turning it around, looking for a mosh pit, only hits one hero, instantly stunned out with that Horrify from Goldan. Scab very low, not in range of the Ancestral, so will fall, but has that Death Mosh. Ring of Frost to follow it up. Can they kill Blaze? Yes, they can. Hyperion now in response. Droopy falling low. The Plasma Cutter, so much damage from Phoenix. They get the kill, make it 2 more. Josh is going to fall. No! Josh survived so much. Kinal barely able to sidestep out of there. Ronan still trying to get some damage out, but Goldan is here. Goldan has so much damage. He's got to be careful. We'll be able to back up. It's a 2 for 3 in favor of Bancho with yet another Punisher about to spawn. This one in the mid lane will be a Mortar Punisher, but they got to deal with this top lane first. Bruiser Camp here as well as a Catapult. They want to make sure this wall is still alive, and they don't have to worry about it at all during this objective phase. But Sonya thinking one step ahead, looking at the siege camp in the bottom lane, and Goldan gonna pressure up that minion wave as well. So just like our last objective, they're gonna have to worry about defending their bottom lane keep. There they go, starting up the shrine yet again. We're gonna get a nice early lead with just Goldan and Sonya on the map. I don't know if they make the defense. Blaze now respawning. We got ETC already halfway back. Stukov spawning next. Rhaegar on the map, and we have all 10 heroes ready to play, but already a 25 Skeletal Defender lead for Bancho. They want to make sure they grab this one, because if they lose it, it's going to be marching onto their keep. And I think this wall, yeah, the wall's in a lot of trouble, already down to 50%. But they're going to get it very quickly, 40-0 in their favor, and this will be their 3rd Punisher of the game. Who's going to respond to the bottom lane? You got to think someone will. They're not even thinking about it. They're willing to give up that bottom lane keep. They want to pressure in onto this fort. There's Wrath of Berserker pop and the Hyperion from Raynor. They get the well, they get the wall. And this Punisher is still alive above 50% health. They're going to get the fort as well. Big slow from Rhaegar, but no follow-up available. Punisher still at 50% health now, leaping over the wall, finding a Blaze. Healing Totem down. There's the Horrify. Not going to be available now to interrupt the Mosh Pit. Will ETC be looking for it? Power Slide through onto Combustion. Gonna put it on a full cooldown. They don't get a keep, but look at the other side. This will be a keep. No one here in response. A big minion wave and the Mercs. They completely concede the keep over. Is that a mistake? You guys at home be the judge.
Now the engage from Blaze, looking for Jet Propulsion, able to move back with the big Ring of Frost on the backside. Phoenix trying to finish off a target inside that silence. Caplord's going to survive. Skev trying to walk up, has that power slide mosh pit, but the swipes from Stukov going to keep him back. Not able to get the kill, not able to get the lockdown, and they're all going to be able to back up away from the fight. More heroics used on the side of Wood League. Just the Army of the Dead and the Ring of Frost coming out from Ban Cho. They have a short advantage, but will they be able to find a fight? I don't know if they will. Core now under pressure. The keep fell and Catapult still marching down the lane. So it's Blue Steam the one to come back and clear it up. And a Bruiser Camp being started up as well. We're about to approach 25 minutes elapsed in this game. And I couldn't tell you who's going to win this. It is truly anyone's Game 3 to win and anyone's Game 3 to lose from here. So much tension is being built up between these two teams. That last skirmish could have been the end of the game, honestly. If either team had a triple kill, no way to save it from there. It's too late in the game. These heroes are too strong, too scaled. And speaking of scaling, take a look at Phoenix now at 63 stacks, starting to hurt. And you got 19 stacks now on Eternal Hunger. Another camp pickup and might be a fight here. Blaze walking into ETC does land a Jet Propulsion onto Skev. There's the cleanse and power slide away. And Jaina now with that level 16 talent Numbing Blast, able to keep some targets back. Additional root to help maybe set up that Ring of Frost. You saw it coming out in the last fight, but not able to get a kill. Not able to find the win condition. This game is going to continue. And we are absolutely deadlocked here on Infernal Shrines. If you're excited in chat, let me know how excited you are. Your final chance maybe to root on these teams as we have a bottom lane shrine about to activate in 20 seconds. Remember, there is no keep remaining on the bottom lane for Ban Cho. They're going to have to win this or else they're going to be under pressure on their core. Here's a flanking position being set up by Sonya. Skev walking into a bush, going to take that Jet Propulsion in the face. The silence is under his feet, and he can't get away. A big pickup, but there's the Death Mosh yet again. Do they get a kill? No, they don't. Ring of Frost now coming out, only hitting onto Gul'dan as the swipes continue from Stukov. Great work from Droopy, making sure no one could save the ETC. This could be the end of the game. I mean, ETC dead for 45 seconds. This will take about, I don't know, 20 seconds to finish off. They have 5 heroes in here racing it. Perhaps Skev is back on the map by the time this Punisher's at the core. But it's an arcane Punisher with no keeps to worry about. Is this it? Will this be the end of Ban Cho, and will Wood League walk away with the reverse sweep tonight over the number 2 seed? They want it. They're hungry for it.
New follower
and here
detected.
they come. Quick thank you in chat to Thugnificent for the follow as we follow the action here to close out what could be the end of game number 3 on Infernal Shrines. ETC back on the map. Mosh Pit ready to go. No Ring of Frost for 15. And here they come onto the core. Those frozen circles coming out. Big Leap trying to bait it over to the mid fort. Swipes now coming out. There's the mosh pit onto no one. The swipe was good again from Stukov. Kavlor in trouble, but pops the Horrify. They get the kill on Rhaegar. No support alive for Ban Cho as Keenal might fall on the backside. Sonya's trying to chase him around. Ring of Frost going to pick up the kill on the Gul'dan, but there's a leap from the Punisher. Might finish off Arthas. No, he's still alive for now. Surviving through with a bit of help from his own self-sustained, with the core dropping below 70% health. Can they save it from here? The other side, 3 catapults working on the opposite end. 45%, it's a core race, but it's not enough. The core on the left falls to 22%. But it's GG, quite an ending to close it out. Wood League will be your victors this evening with a 2-1 over Ban Cho. We got to take a look at this match summary. Game number 3 brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. My God, my God. Just like in game number 2, I gave that MVP over to Tyrande, played by Droopy, and I think this performance in game 3, the clutch swipes at the end of the game when they needed them most on back-to-back fights, Droopy really saving the day and helping secure the win for Wood League. Well done, Droopy. You are our MVP of the evening. My God. That was a long one. I think we went to about 28, almost 29 minutes. Wood League using every minute to as much advantage as they can. They win it 14-11 in kills. But let's take a look at this talent screen before I try to find someone for an interview. Let's try to reach out to Kavlor. See who they want to send in. Interview? Oh. I don't know who we're going to get, but I am excited to talk to someone from Wood League. That was a huge, important game. And walking away with the reverse sweep has got to feel good for them. So I'm sure they're going to be excited when they get here. Hopefully you guys at home are excited as well. I see the GG starting to come down. Saying thanks for the cast and everything. Of course it is my pleasure to cast these. And we have our games 2 and game 3. The overall MVP, Droopy. How is it going, my friend?
Hey, man, what's going
on? Let's quickly erase game 1 from your memory. I'm sure it didn't go too well for your team. You were a bit upset after that one, but you guys bounced back with a vengeance in game number 2. What was the discussion amongst your team heading into that second game?
First, I want to say thanks for casting, man. We really appreciate it as a team.
Pleasure.
So game 1, we actually tried some. So this sounds bad. We're locked into playoffs already. So I feel like this is the best time other than scrims, which we don't get. We're all grown guys, so it's tough for us to get a lot of play time. So we're actually treated tonight as a scrim almost, whereas we have a chance to try something against a competitive team. So game 1 didn't go well. We all saw that. Yeah, so game 2 and 3 we went back to some bread and butter strats, and it worked out for us.
Yeah, game 2 most noted with the Varian blow-up comp. You guys bring the Tyrande. That's what awarded you the MVP. The follow-up Lunar Blaze is on point. You also had the Zool, which is able to double soak so much XP and give you guys an enormous lead. Who do you feel as though really helped enable the majority of that composition to work?
So it's 2 things, right? So we were able to double soak. So with Jaina, Varian, and Tyrande, we have enough damage that we allow Tracer to go ham on the back line. So I think it was a mixture of we have the damage and we have the double soak covered. So yeah, it's just all around good comp, I think, from our team.
I mean, really not too much bad I can say about the squad. You guys were even able to take that bottom bell tower twice. You pushed some sappers across the goal line. Didn't need a boss, but you guys got almost all of the altars. Who do you think really is the one to credit with deciding to move that direction during the draft?
So I do the drafting, I do the shot calling, the micro and the macro as much as possible. So I do a lot of the stuff, you know, and the team loves it, enjoys it, and it works for us. It doesn't work for everybody that way. So when I was drafting, I know a big counter to some of the players, like Varian's just so strong. So I saw an ETC, and I know that ETC is a very low HP target, and a Variant can blow them up, and that was the idea. Give them ETC and just start blowing people up. And once we saw the Hanzo and the Anduin, we knew Tracer was going to have a field day, and it kind of worked out that way.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised, honestly, they didn't go back with the Leeming in game number 2. It worked out so well for them in the first game. But we didn't end up seeing in that second game. I think maybe if they go back and rewatch that tape, they second-guess that decision. Did you feel as though you guys had the better draft in games 2 and 3? Is that really what made the difference to win these, or was it just better gameplay, better shot calling, better coordination from Wood League?
Game 3, we were willing to give up the ETC, and we got our power picks by giving up ETC, so that worked out. You know, our mage player plays almost all the mages, so we have no problem there. And then game 2, it was just shocking. I wasn't surprised they didn't get Li Ming. So game 1, Li Ming allows a lot of poke. In game 2, it doesn't matter as much on towers. It's more about the macro and the altar phases. So You can't poke all day and still get advantages the way you could in game one. So it just comes down to you play every map a little different, and it worked out for us tonight.
Let's spend some time talking about that very long game number 3 in Infernal Shrines.
A hell of a game, right?
Yeah, I think it was level 25 to level 25 by the end of it. I think it was 29 total minutes. Was there a point in the game where you guys felt as though it was starting to slip between your hands, or did you feel as though you still had a chance at every moment, every fight to really turn it around and get that win?
Nah, never, man. I don't doubt these guys. When it comes to end games, you know, we tend to excel. There's a reason we're in the top half of the division, I think, in Div C East. And we tend to win games on macros, so we give up objectives here and take an advantage somewhere else, and that's kind of what allowed us to get back in the game.
So my opinion, at the end, post 20, you pick up the single swipe talent. It's called Controlled Chaos with Stukov. So much playmaking ability. Every time ETC was trying to go in with that mosh pit, you're like, nope, I got my R button. You can't do that, my friend. I'm going to call you the MVP because those late game heroics coming out from you were on point. But maybe there's someone else that you want to credit that really shined there in game number 3 to lead you guys to that victory.
Nah, man, we credit you for casting us. We really appreciate it. And as a team, it's just a team effort, man. Nobody really stands out to me. I know it sounds really cheesy, but we all play our roles, and if our roles are played well, we win the game. And that's kind of what happened in game 2 and game 3.
So let's spend a couple minutes to close this out talking about the playoffs. As we know, you mentioned you're already locked in, but just fighting for position from here. After tonight's matchup, you guys are now tied with Bancho for points, and since you won this game, you hold the tiebreaker, so that's good enough for second place. Do you feel as though you have an opportunity to still pass Lubu? Have you played Lubu yet? I don't really know what your schedule looked like. How does that tiebreaker look, and how do you feel heading into the playoffs up against these squads?
We played Lubu, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think we lost 2-1 to them. I think maybe I have that wrong. Somebody in chat can correct that if it's wrong. I'm not sure the exact score. No, man, honestly, in this division, we've been Div C a few times. I think it's like their 3rd or 4th season now, you know, and we like the division. We know a lot of the same teams. You know, a few players change in and out, but I really believe that 1 through 8 can beat anybody, and there's no time to relax, no time to take a real break. So who we play doesn't really matter to me, to the team. If we get the number 8 seed and we play against the number 1 seed, that wouldn't bother me. So it is fun playing Lubu, though. Lubu and Bancho are 2 fun teams to play against. So I do hope to see them again in the playoffs.
Absolutely. If that matchup comes up, I'm definitely going to try to cast it, because this tonight was one of the best I've had all season. A very exciting close in game number 3. And did you notice your core at the end? 22%, 5 catapults on it? Yeah,
so when we got the objective, we had the option to send Sonya back, and I said, you know what, we either win or we lose with this objective. So when Gul'dan died at the very end and we saw the core going down, I said, I don't care if we die, we have to burn this objective, even if, you know, if our tank goes down, if our soul integrate, it doesn't matter. We have to look to burn the objective rather than fight. So, yeah, we saw it. We called it. Yeah, it was a little sketchy.
It was close. I was like, oh, my God, this might actually go over to Bancho. It was 22%.
Those catas hurt, man. Like, you don't see it, and all of a sudden, you know, you're down to 22 HP on your core, and you're like, wait, I thought there was only like 1 or 2 catapults, you know?
It was 5.
Yeah, it was not what I thought was going to happen, but I didn't think it would be that close. I knew it would be close, but I didn't anticipate that. So,
well, Droopy, once again, well done. You're the MVP this evening. Before I let you go, I have to give you some time for some shout-outs. So, my friend, the floor is yours.
Shout out to Bancho. That was a really fun series. Really enjoyed it as always. Shout out to you and all the casters, man. You know, you guys make this game a lot more fun. We do it for you guys just as you guys do it for us, and we really appreciate it. And then my team, you know, my team supports us even when I rage, even when I don't rage. So, yeah, man, it's been fun, and we appreciate it.
You love to see it. Let's go, Wood League. Well done tonight. You guys looked impressive. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the playoffs, and I wish you the best of luck, my friend.
All right, brother. See you, man.
All right, see you soon. Twitch chat, you guys just got to watch a delight of a match. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully if you're here, you've already hit that follow button. But if you haven't, before you go, be sure to do it. If you love me a lot, you hit that notification bell as well, so you're alerted every single time we go live with these NGS matches. Shout out to all of you who came tonight. We had some follows come through. You know who you are, and a big special thank you to you. Might be back tomorrow night. I'm counting on being back tomorrow night. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I saw there's plenty of matches available. So if you want to hang out, I might be doing an afternoon stream as well. Right back here on twitch.tv/murderrg. If you're over on YouTube right now, be sure to hit that subscribe button before the video ends. And that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to try to send you over to some more NGS action. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'll be looking for it as we close down the stream. Thanks again for being here, and until tomorrow night, I've been Murda, you've been fantastic, and I'll see you in the Nexus.
And there's the tranquility again from Valkyrie, keeping targets up as Ragnaros landing a 4-man Sulfurous Smash, Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that ETC.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubarak, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
and it
for
does
nothing.
knock them all up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that.